Grace College. My name is Michele Murillo. We have a really great fun day planned for you. Let's hear a little bit more from the rest of the admissions counselors.
Hi, I'm Aaron. Today you guys will get to hear from Dr. Marques Pohl, a snapshot of grace.
Hi, I'm Jeanette, and today you will also hear from students and professors. We'd love to answer your questions.
Hey, I'm Kendra, and you'll also be going on a tour of campus today from the comfort of your own home.
Hi guys, I'm Kiana. Follow me, let's go get you checked in. The first 10 people to like and share this video will get a free Grace College t-shirt.
Hi guys, welcome to the Visitor Center.
We are so happy to see you, and you know what? Let's head over to Westy for the panel.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Marques Pohl. I lead enrollment and financial aid here at Grace College. So glad that you've tuned in to this Lancer Day virtual visit experience. Over the next 10 minutes or so, I'm going to share kind of the heart and soul of Grace College, who we are, what we're about, and why we think you should consider us for your Christian education. As I said, my name is Mark. I'm originally from Lima, Ohio. Buckeye fans, let yourselves be known in the comment section. Really glad, wherever you're from, that you're tuning in today to learn more about Grace College. I love this college. I love what God is doing here at Grace. And what I hope to do is share three main things over the next 10 minutes that I want every visitor to our campus, virtually or in person, to know about Grace. So the first thing I want you to know about Grace is that we are a genuine Christian college. That's who we are. That's what we're about. We are here to build students up to be salt and light in a broken world. Whether you become a teacher, a doctor, a lawyer, an accountant, whatever you do with your life, we want you to come here to grow in your vocation. You're going to get practical experience during your time at Grace College. All of our students do internships, what we call applied learning experiences. And so we have a plethora of opportunities for our students to get connected with the workforce. But we are a genuine Christian community. I know that there is a whole host of Christian colleges out there. There are a lot of good Christian colleges out there. But I want you to know kind of where we fall on that spectrum. There are some Christian colleges that were founded by a Christian some 200 years ago and have really nothing to do with Christianity anymore. There are Christian colleges that being a Christian college to them means that you dress a certain way and look and act a certain way. Praise the Lord, that's not us either. We really are about the heart here at Grace College. We want our students growing, first of all, in their walk with Jesus Christ, that vertical relationship with God. Secondly, we want you growing in Christian community with other people, and so we have a lot of intentional ways we connect students on campus. I'll tell you, my first semester here at Grace College, I came to Grace in 2001, and that first semester, I had an older student named Jeff ask if he could mentor me. That was the first time in my life I'd really had a mentor who I was honest with, who I was encouraged by, I was built into as a child of God. So wonderful relationships here at Grace College were built during my time and for our students here. That happens naturally, organically at Grace College. The second thing I want you to know about Grace College is that we have excellent academics. We have over 70 majors at Grace College. We have over 20 minors at Grace College. Some of our largest programs are education, business. We are blessed to be in the orthopedic capital of the entire world. So the largest orthopedic companies are right here in our community. So amazing opportunities for our business students. We have wonderful programs in math and sciences, a lot of health science majors here at Grace, a wonderful place to study medicine. Our nursing program has been growing tremendously. Lots of good academic programs for you to check out at Grace College. We also have amazing success in academics here at Grace. But our professors here at Grace have an open door to students. They give out their cell phone numbers. They want to connect with our students at Grace College. They want to answer questions. They want to build relationships. And so they are here for you. Most all of our professors have terminal degrees in their field. Wonderful, wonderful people. I'll tell you, things are working here. Our education is working. Our students get jobs. Our students that come to Grace stay at Grace. That's a great question to ask colleges you're considering. Retention. Asking them about retention. Retention is how many students that go to your school stay there. That's a great question to ask. Our retention rate at Grace College has been over 80% the past 5 years. Phenomenal retention. That means students that come to Grace, enjoy Grace, and stay here. We also have wonderful graduation rates, really good success for career placement as well. Actually, we have what's called a placement promise. That says that if you don't have a job within 6 months of graduating from Grace in your field or get into graduate school, if you meet those criteria, you can come back to Grace. If you don't have a job or get into graduate school, you can come back to Grace for an entire year tuition free. So wonderful confidence here at Grace that you will get a good job with your education. The third thing I want you to know about Grace is that we are doing big things to address your biggest frustration with education. Students, parents, we hear you. We know what your biggest frustration is with college. It's the cost, right? We all have seen the news. College costs are going in this direction. Debt load for students is going in this direction. I know that most colleges care about that fact. I also know for certain that most colleges are doing nothing to address that fact. I feel really blessed to work for a college, to serve a college, to have went to a college that's doing big things to make college more affordable for families. This started back in fall of 2011 with our 3-year bachelor's program. We have a 3-year bachelor's here at Grace that truly works for students. So I'm going to get into the weeds briefly to let you know that our 3-year bachelor's here at Grace actually works for you. We're not requiring you to stay here year-round. You still go home over the summer. We're not charging you more per year. So we're truly saving you an entire year of your education and 25% of your education on that 4th year. So we actually have students that also stay for 4 years and do a bachelor's and a master's. Or we have athletes that want to be here for 4 years for their bachelor's. The way we've set up our schedule here at Grace allows students to take more classes in an accelerated fashion to graduate sooner if they want to, or stay for 4 years if they want to earn a bachelor's and a master's. And so the way we do that here at Grace is that we have a fall and a spring semester like many schools, but they're divided into 2 7.5-week sessions. So if you come in August, you take 2 or 3 classes for 7.5 weeks until mid-October. And then you take another 2 or 3 classes from mid-October to December. All right, and then rinse and repeat in the spring semester. You're going to do the same thing. From January to March, take 2 or 3 classes. March to May, take 2 or 3 classes. If you want to finish in 3 years, you want to take 3 classes each of those sessions. Then we give you tuition-free 2 summer classes that are online. You do from home or wherever you're at in the summer, tuition-free. I'm always transparent about cost. There is a small online technology fee for those online classes of just $300 per course. That is a wonderful deal. That is way less than tuition, and that's just for those online courses that you take with Grace. So wonderful opportunity for our students to graduate with any of our majors, from health sciences to education to accounting in an accelerated fashion, with the exception of 2. Nursing and engineering are still 4-year bachelors here on our campus, but all of our other degrees can be completed in that 3-year fashion. So we started that back in fall 2011. Then we're also doing really big things with textbooks, making textbooks affordable for families. Students pay just $250 per year to have all of their textbooks delivered to them in their dorm room. Those are rentals that you do not have to pay for. You give them back at the end of the semester, of course, but your textbooks are delivered to you for just $125 per semester or $250 per year. So a really, really good deal for our students there as well. Those are some of the main things I wanted to share with you about Grace College today. More than that, I want you to know that your admissions office is here to help you. We have a free online application at grace.edu/apply. That will help us get in contact with you quicker, faster. We have wonderful admissions counselors. You can actually go to grace.edu/visit to sign up for a virtual visit with an admissions counselor. That's a 1-hour meeting where you sit down on Zoom online from the comfort of your home with an admissions counselor. You have the option also of adding a coach, a professor, and a student to that Zoom phone call if you'd like to. So that's available at grace.edu/visit. We would love to get to know you more, and personally, this is a genuine place. We're all about personal connection. So we're so glad we got to connect with you virtually, but we want to get to know you personally, either through those Zoom meetings or through a campus visit in the future. Next up is our student panel. And so we have a student life panel coming up next. That's with Kennedy Parker. She's a student from Grace. We have one faculty member from our communications department and also someone from our student life staff here at Grace. And so next up is our student life panel. Enjoy that, and then the campus tour at the end of the day with our student ambassadors. Thanks so much for tuning in, and have a great day.
The thing about Grace is that there is no place it can't go. No space it won't transform. No heart it doesn't touch. And as a college, there's a reason we're named after Grace. Because it calls each one of us to something higher and more hopeful. Grace is not just the tradition in which we were founded. It's the future we embrace. As students of Grace, we disrupt complacency. We redeem ideas and reimagine solutions. We weigh questions and create conversation. We integrate and include. We insist on healing and remember mercy. Because grace is not just a set of beliefs, it's beliefs set into motion. It makes us hungry for knowledge, serious about creating impact, passionate about a way of life that reflects Christ and the grace He has bestowed upon us. So when it is time to find our own way forward, grace gives us courage and confidence to go farther. Impatient to trek fresh paths and scale unclimbable mountains. Wherever we go, whatever we do, whoever we become, we do it all in the ever-expanding ways of grace.
All right, welcome to our student life panel. We have an amazing group of panelists here today. I'm going to ask each of them to introduce themselves, share maybe your hometown and what on earth you do here at Grace College.
All right. Well, my name is Mike Yoakum. I'm one of the professors here at Grace. I teach in the communication department and direct the theater program, and I live right here.
My name is Kennedy, and I'm a second-year student here at Grace, and I am in our Biblical Studies department, and I also work for our admissions team.
You're in seminary too, right?
Yes, I'm actually in a blended program, so I'm working on my undergraduate degree and my Master's of Divinity through the seminary at the same time.
Awesome.
Hi all, my name is Daniel Marques. I currently serve as one of the resident directors here on campus. I oversee two of our housing places on campus where students live, and I currently live on campus, so it's a full-time job, and I live kind of in the dorms in an apartment with the students.
All right, we're going to try to cover a lot of ground in the next 10 to 15 minutes, give you a really good overview of Grace College. But before we do that, would you mind sharing each of you a little bit of background of what brought you to Grace College?
Well, I grew up going to public school, and when I decided to go to college, I decided to go to Purdue, but my folks said, we want you to try a Christian college for your first year. And I thought that was great advice, so I looked at several colleges, but decided to come to Grace. So I not only teach here, but I was a student here way back when.
Yeah, similarly to Mike, I actually grew up going to public school for my whole life, and I knew that I wanted to pursue a Christian education for college. And I had been looking at some other Christian schools, and I was initially drawn to Grace because of the 3-year program and our awesome textbook rental program and some of those other things. And then once I was on campus and visiting, I just fell in love with the feel of the campus and the community here.
Yeah, unsimilar to them. I'm originally from Miami, Florida. I went to go do a job out in Kansas, and then I came out when I saw that there was a resident director position open here at Grace, and a lot of the draw was just to be able to work out, or just to work in an environment here, just with the students, and somewhere that really cares about just spiritual growth, and really just teaching students to be innovative, very educational focused, while looking at ways that they can serve each other.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Daniel. Would each of you share a little bit about your involvement on campus, what you're involved with, clubs, sports, organizations, things outside of college, within college? Kennedy, would you start as a student?
Absolutely, yeah. So I have been involved quite a bit on campus. Like I said, I'm in my second year. So after almost 2 years of being here, I have been involved in several different ministries at a local church here. I actually get to serve on the worship team and get to help lead there. So that's something I really enjoy. And on campus, I also get to sing on our chapel team. And like I said, I work on campus in our visitor center, and I absolutely love my job. It's a lot of fun. And also I've been involved in a musical last year with Mike. It was a lot of fun also. And I also have participated in some different service opportunities. There was a tutoring group that I got to work with where we worked with elementary students, and that was a lot of fun. And yeah, just a lot of different ways to get involved on campus.
So you mentioned chapel. Why don't you tell everyone, how often does chapel meet here at Grace? What's that like?
Yeah, absolutely. So chapel happens 3 times a week. We have it on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, and that happens from 10:30 to 11:20, and that's a time when no students on campus have classes, so it's not like you have to miss class to go to chapel or anything. And it's a really cool time when everyone on campus can come together. A lot of times professors will come as well, and so you're not just worshiping with your peers, but also with professors and other faculty, and it's a lot of fun to get to see everybody together. And we have music a lot of times, and we have different speakers. I love when they do roundtable panels, so they'll bring in different professors or students or professors from other universities or authors, and they'll have people come in and talk about a subject, and even if they have differing views on it, the goal isn't to tell you what to think, but just to teach you like how to think about different subjects and to integrate faith into different facets of life, even outside of a church setting. So I really love our chapels.
Thanks, Kennedy. Yeah. Anything either one of you would like to add, Professor Yoakum or Daniel, some unique things that you're involved with on campus?
Yeah. So as I mentioned before, I oversee 2 of the residence halls here on campus, and a lot of my role is just providing just support, whether that be academic support, emotional support, mental support, physical support, social support, just the different students that live on the dorms. A lot of my role also is just providing events just throughout the school year for students to get involved in, while also overseeing resident assistants that serve in the halls with the students, just meeting with those students. And yeah, just really just trying to form connections with students, really help them, link them to different services on campus that can help them just this be like, yeah, that can just help them just for different ways to just succeed here on campus.
I've known student life here at Grace to do an amazing job at getting students connected in those first weeks, the first months. I mean, we have so many teams, clubs, organizations. I actually went to Grace College, as I mentioned earlier, and I went and lived in inner city Chicago one weekend a month and worked with youth. I was on a drama team another year. There are so many practical ways to get involved here at Grace. So anything to add, Professor Yoakum?
Well, yeah, there are lots of ways to get involved. Obviously, I spend a lot of my time teaching classes. And that's everything from a beginning public speaking class to an upper level theater class. I also direct the theater program. So I direct a show every fall, a show each spring. And then I'm the faculty advisor for all of the other theatrical things that go on campus. We have a traveling drama ministry team. We have an improv comedy team. We have one-acts and student-directed shows and little cabaret variety kinds of things. That is some funny stuff. Oh, yeah. Yes, the back in 5 teams all improv, and they do their shows at typically midnight, which all the parents think is too late, and all the students think is just right. Right. Because everything's funnier after midnight.
Exactly.
And like a lot of the faculty here, I'm also involved outside of campus. Some of our faculty will teach and preach and work in a variety of situations. Mine's very unique. There's a professional theater in our town. It seats about 800 in a place that's been around 60-some years, and I get to perform there very regularly. I've done about 80 shows over there. And the great part is it's not a Christian theater, so it's a great way for me as a believer to go out and live out my faith in the real world.
Definitely. Thanks so much for sharing a little bit about what you and our comedians, our actors do on campus at midnight, which is crazy. Would you guys share a little bit about our community? We are so fortunate to be in an awesome community. This is really Lakes County, Indiana. There's over 100 lakes in our county, a beautiful area. We just have a gorgeous location and lots of shops, right on our lake. There's probably 15 to 20 different gift shops, restaurants, art galleries down on our lake. Actually, all of our new students that live on campus this fall will receive $200 to eat at our village restaurants, which is a really good deal for our students. There's an amazing options down there on the lake. And so I'm wondering, would you share about your favorite things to do in our community, whether it's on campus or off campus?
Absolutely. I love just spending time outside, and we live in such a beautiful community. I love being a 5-minute walk from the lake. It's so nice to just be able to walk down there and see people walking their dogs, going on runs, and it's just really nice to get involved in the community a little bit that way. I love sitting by the lake and studying, doing some homework, getting some fresh air, and even just being able to, we have a lot of beautiful walking and biking trails in our area. Some of them are on campus and some of them off campus and by the lake, and being able to walk on those and just spend time with friends and have great conversations. And especially in the fall, the trees change colors and it looks so beautiful on the trails. And so often you'll see students outside playing spike ball or hammocking or doing different things like that. And so I love just being able to spend time outside in our community.
They also like to go out and do frisbee golf, which is on campus.
Yep. That's true. Sometimes you have to watch where you're walking and make sure you don't get hit with a frisbee.
Definitely. I would definitely echo all that. There's a lot of amazing trails that students can take on and just walk. There's also just a lot of shops, like they mentioned, a lot of coffee shops. It feels like every single weekend in the fall and the spring and the summer, there's always a festival going on in town with just different ways for students to get involved. There's stuff like that. There's always like outdoor just concerts going on in the fall and the spring as well. Just a lot of ways, and it's such a vibrant community, and it's great that Grace is just like in the middle of it. And I think even outside this area in Warsaw, there's a lot of shops and a lot of just restaurants and a lot of places for students to go get different stuff they thought they might need to get throughout the day as well.
Awesome. Yeah, we're really blessed to be in truly a mid-sized community. You know, we're not in the middle of cornfields, we're not in a huge city, but there's lots to do in our community, and we have those major stores, you know, like Walmart and Meijer and other places to shop and get groceries and things. So wonderful, wonderful community. So I'm wondering if we could pivot a little bit to academic life here at Grace. I've already shared a little bit about our blended options here at Grace, our 3-year bachelor's that truly works here at Grace College. Would each of you share a little bit about academic life here at Grace? Kennedy, from you, I'd like to share, how have you balanced, you know, all the fun things you're doing in our community with coursework here at Grace, since you're on a very accelerated track to get both a bachelor's and a master's of divinity in 5 years. And Professor Yoakum, Daniel, if you'd share your experience with how students balance academics and how they're doing that here at Grace.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. So something that's really nice, when one of my favorite parts about Grace, and something that kind of got me interested initially, was how our classes are set up. So rather than taking most of our classes for a whole semester, most of our classes you take them for just a quarter, so around 8 weeks, a little less. And that's really nice because you get to dive into, on average, 3 classes at a time, and you move through those classes pretty quickly because it is a full course load, but you get to move through it faster, and you're only thinking about 3 classes at a time rather than 4 or 5 or 6. And most students can get around 18 credit hours per semester, but you're not doing 6 classes at a time. So you do 3, and then like in the fall semester, after fall break, you come back and start 3 new classes, and you're in those until winter break.
And that's really just if you're wanting to graduate in 3 years. Some students are here for 3.5 or 4 years, and they might only have 2 classes in a given session, or what we call sessions. Those are our 7.5-week terms here at Grace.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, we have a number of students that will come in with credits already. They might have gotten dual credit in high school, or maybe they took some college classes elsewhere. And so when those students come in, they can even make their schedule more flexible, maybe take 15 hours in a semester, etc. My favorite stories, I had a student that came in with 24 credits. He finished a double major in 2.5 years.
Wow.
Then his little brother came, he had 30 credits before he started college, was able to finish a double major in just 2 years.
Wow.
Now, that's crazy, but it worked for him. And so there's nothing magical about 3 years. There are some students that will go 3.5. A lot of our fall athletes will go 3.5 years so they can have 4 years of eligibility. And some students will go 4.5, 4.25, 5, 4, 3. anything is available. We always want to make sure we're working with our students to make sure that they use their time and their money very wisely.
Yeah, that's really good advice. I mean, our athletes love it because if they're here for 3.5 or 4 years, it really spreads out their course load so they have more time for practice and for scheduling. So I want to thank our panelists. You guys have been incredible. I appreciate your input and sharing both about academic life, student life. I'm wondering, though, as we sign off and get started on our campus tour next, would each of you share, in 5 words or less, your advice to these students and their parents on their college search? Good luck.
5 words or less. You realize I'm a teacher, right? Search for God's guidance.
Very good.
I would say make your own decision.
Yeah. Pray and don't be afraid to, take a leap. If it's somewhere far away, if it's somewhere that, you just want to just know about, want to just know more about, just be willing to take that leap of faith. Sorry, that's a little bit less than
a little bit more, but we'll let it slide, getting the end of the day here. So thank you so much for tuning in to the Student Life panel. Next, we are going to have our campus tour on a golf cart. So we are going to show you a lot of our campus in a little bit of time. So please enjoy our campus tour. Actually, Kennedy on our panel is going to be one of our students that give you the tour today. Hope you enjoyed the tour. You guys have a great day. Thanks for tuning in.
Thanks.
Bye.
Hi, I'm Michele Murillo, and I'm an admissions counselor at Grace College. We have a beautiful campus, a lot of green space. If you like hammocking, a lot of trees to be able to do that. Students will play spike ball, football, throw a frisbee, things of that nature as well. There is a lot of opportunity to be outside and not just be kind of enclosed because we have such a beautiful campus and the days are really nice. And sometimes classes and professors will meet outside, and we don't want to just be a college that stays within its campus, so we like to go outside. So we talk a lot about the trails. So we have a lot of trails that lead from the beginning of campus all the way to the lake that we take full use of, which is really cool. And just because you don't have a boat doesn't mean that you can't be on a lake. So Grace a lot of times has lake days where they will rent kayaks, paddleboards, canoes for the students to be able to go and to be part of kind of the lake community. And then we have a very local coffee shop that all of our students love. To go, the coffee is phenomenal. Probably the best time to be at Grace is in the fall when you get to see the trees changing its color. It's so nice to be part of the campus where you get to see all 4 beautiful seasons and see Grace in its beauty. But a lot of our students will be out and about, especially on the longboards and riding their bikes and such too.
Hi, my name is Kennedy, and I am a student ambassador here at Grace, and I will be giving you your official Grace College golf cart tour today. We are standing in front of Westminster Hall, and first we're going to go check out the village, so let's go! Grace College is located in Winona Lake, Indiana, and as the name implies, we are located about a 5-minute walk away from the beautiful Winona Lake. And right now we are currently in the village at Winona, which is a beautiful area of shops, including this one, which is Rocket Fizz, which is a super cool candy and soda shop. And we also have a lot of other stores, and we have a coffee shop called Light Rail and an ice cream store called Kalani's. And there are just a lot of fun places to check out. And it's really nice having our campus this close to the lake. And also on the other side of us over here is the canal. And the village is known for doing a lot of really fun events, especially in the fall and spring, and getting the community involved as well as students on campus. Right now we are standing in the Gordon Health and Wellness Center, which is also known as the G-Hawk, and this is a great multi-purpose space here on our campus. In one area we have the weight room and the aerobics room, and those are spaces that are accessible and free for students to use. We offer a lot of different athletic classes, so we offer Zumba and yoga and that sort of thing, and those are a lot of fun. We also have the field house, which is a great space. It's used for a lot of sport practices as well as intramural volleyball and basketball. And when that space isn't being used for a practice or something like that, students are welcome to go in and use the track and other facilities in that space as well. The G-Hawk is also home of our campus store, which is a great place to go and check out some Grace apparel and spend your flex money, which is part of your meal plan. And we also have all of our nursing classes and all of our sport management classes here in the G-Hawk as well. And it's also the home of our counseling center, and Grace offers free counseling to students. You get 8 free sessions per semester, and you can also go above that for just $5 per session, which is such a great resource and just another way that Grace really makes an effort to intentionally care for their students. Right now we are in Indiana Hall, which is one of our dorms on campus. This is actually one of our suite style dorms, and it's also a co-ed dorm. So half of it is for girls and half of it is for guys. So Indiana Hall has different sizes of rooms. They have 3-person rooms, 2-person rooms, and 4-person rooms. So if you are in a 3-person room, you'll be sharing a suite style bathroom with a 2-person room. And if you're in a 4-person room, you will have a bathroom all to yourself for just you and your 3 roommates. So the Indy rooms are very spacious, and it's very centrally located on our campus, and it's a great place to be. Right now we are in Omega Hall, and this is actually our newest dorm on campus. Its construction was finished about 4 years ago, and it's a great building. This is actually one of our community style bathroom dorms. So in the center of each hall, there's a community style bathroom with 6 showers and 6 toilets, and so there's plenty of space. I know that students don't have issues with waiting for a shower or anything like that. And also in each room, you have a sink and a vanity, so that way you have easy access to that in your room, so you don't always have to go to the community bathroom for everything. And also, in this room, we have students who have brought their own furniture, and we allow students to bring their own furniture as long as they bring a receipt to show that it's new, and then we also offer free storage over the summer. So Omega is a 3-story building, and on each floor in between the guys and the girls side, we actually have 3 different lobbies, and these lobbies are great spaces for community, and community is something that is super important to us here at Grace, and so we are really intentional about providing spaces for students to connect with each other and to have fun. So in this area we have a kitchen that students on campus can use. It's open for anyone to come and use on campus, and then also upstairs we have a movie theater room that can be reserved by students who live in Omega. Right now we are standing in our Miller Science Complex, and this is one of our newer buildings on campus also. It was recently renovated and added onto, so it was finished just at the beginning of last school year, so it's a great new space, new facility, and this is the home of our science department, and each floor has a different subject. We have math and science and physical sciences and biology and all of it, so all of that is home in this building. And this is also the home of our Lilly Center for Lakes and Streams, which is a partner organization with Grace. And Kosciuszko County has over 100 different lakes and streams, so a lot of Grace students work for the Lilly Center and partner with that organization to maintain those lakes and streams and to do research and also to educate the community about our local ecosystem. Welcome to the last stop on our tour. This is our Manahan Orthopedic Capital Center, also known as the MOCC, and this is another one of our great multi-purpose spaces here on campus. So this is the home of our business department and all of our business classes, as well as our chapels that meet 3 times a week. So they set up the space and set up a stage, and it's a great place for all of our students to come together and worship and learn as one student body. And also, this is the home of our basketball and all of our volleyball games. So this space is also used for practice and that sort of thing, and it's a great place for our students to come together and sit in the red zone and cheer on our peers and our Lancers. Thank you so much for tuning in. I have loved showing you around today. And if you're interested in more information, check out grace.edu. If you're interested in scheduling another virtual visit experience, whether that's a Zoom call with your admissions counselor or a professor or a student ambassador like me, we would love to do that. You can check that out at grace.edu/visit. And we would love to have you fill out our free online application, and you can check that out at our website.